All right. I'm back. Post credit. All right. Also, I was just thinking too, you know, the craziest shit about it. Like I said, I'm wishful thinking, man. I'm hoping this shit go viral. I'm hoping the whole goddamn world sees it and knows how much I love this girl. I don't care where you are. If you allow me, I will come to you. If you back home, where are you from? Because she's a Chicago girl. Again, tough. It's another reason why I fell in love with her. But Chicago girl's something else. But anyway, um, shit. I'll drive my ass all the way out there. I will leave tomorrow. You know what I mean? And that's how much I love you and I want to be with you. Like I will go to the ends of the earth for you. Okay, so I just hope you know that. I love you. It wasn't like I said. When I said that shit, I meant it, and I still do. I wanted to hate you so bad when I was in jail. I wanted to hate your guts, man. I wanted to, like I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't like expecting you to do that. You know, I mean, but I know why you did it. I understand. Like, don't get me wrong. I guess I scared the shit out of you. I get it. But again, like I said, I just want you to understand, I wasn't just tripping for nothing, you know what I'm saying? Which, I hope you understand. I allowed her back over here, because, of the situation and things and then what was going on between me and you. And then I allowed her to play with my head. And then I started tripping on you. And that's where the other shit escalated. So, I apologize. I'm truly am sorry for that. And I should have known better, especially considering that, again, who she is, and she already lied. I got that on recording when she called me, wanting to come back and plead and write the affidavit, all that extra shit. And I recorded that shit, because I thought about you. And so I recorded the call, and man, and sure enough, so, but, by that time, it's kind of like I had no choice to let her come back, and things like that. And I just want you to know, we didn't get back together, or not even back to. We were never together. It sounds fucking crazy, that. Or I don't want you to think that we got together, or or whatever, whatever she told you, or whatever you had in your head and things. I know how I look, girl, and I know back in back of your mind. I mean, I know because you will kind of bring it up sometimes. So with that said, what I'm saying? Like, I don't, and when I was in jail and things, and like I said, I don't know if you're going to see this, but if you do, and I know I don't have to explain myself to you, but I just want you to know. So, I was in jail and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I already had the warrants, you know what I'm saying? I'm going in that motherfucker. Eventually, I knew it, you know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time, you know what I'm saying? So, time. My accent coming out. Time. It's a matter of time. All right. That it was gonna happen. Shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, we spoke, what, that night before I got arrested and shit and all that shit. I wasn't expecting to see your parents. I wasn't looking for you. I was literally there checking out the man. I like live music. I was a musician. I'm sure you remember if you was listening to me. And I was really there to talk to, the front lady, you know what I'm saying? Because, we broke up. I'm going crazy. I need something to do. So I was trying to see if they need a guitar player, I need, and which I feel like they do because a lot of parts of them songs be missing. And I think I mentioned that to you. But anyway, that's really why I was there. I wanted to get out the house. It was Thanksgiving night. I was alone. So I don't think I was there. I wasn't expecting to see your, your pops or your parents and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of want you to know what was going on there, you know what I'm saying? I was just trying to not think about you, and shit like that. So, you know, um, so, so yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then that's the shit, I'm sure you heard, I got arrested that night and, and things like that. And your pops confronted me, you know what I'm saying? Nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Which I understood why he was upset. I honestly was gonna let that nigga put me through a wall because that's how bad I fucking felt. I felt like shit. I was so ready for him to do me in, dude. I would have fucking just let him just beat my ass. And I was ready. I was ready for it. You know what I'm saying? I looked him in the eye too. Because I thought that's what I thought he was gonna do. And so I wanted to know I'm about to take this shit like a man because, I felt bad for what the fuck I did to his daughter and I love you. So, and then if anything, I'm trying to press your father and your stepmom, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to come in and let them know I'm the one for you. You feel me? So I was embarrassed. Like I was Like, you know, and I wasn't expecting to argue with her either. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like shit. I know better to be arguing with women and shit. And that just fucking made me look stupid. And it embarrassed the shit out of me. But I just started drinking more and said, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You already left me, shit. You know, I'm miserable. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that. So, you know, it's not right. I ain't making excuses, but I'm just trying to let you understand where the fuck I'm coming from now that I'm sober and I'm in my right fucking mind. Okay? But, But yeah, you know, that's what was going on. The bitch was in my head, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Calling and stuff. And I felt like after, you know, everything calling you, she knew, you know, manipulating the situation, you know what I'm saying? So, and I allowed it. I'm drinking. I'm emotional, you know, missing the shit out of you, you know, just trying to figure out why we got to this point when, you know, it's me type shit. Thinking you doing shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but, so that's the reason why you got that call from me that day. You'll see it in the video. I mean, I don't know if you will or not. God damn it. I'm just saying. I'm hoping this shit go fucking viral and I'm getting 1 million goddamn subscribers. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting this on every goddamn social media platform there is, motherfucker, until it reaches you. I hope the world see this. Get this shit to my girl. If you know her and you see me, you recognize me, you see I'm fucking genuine, stop hating on me and allow us to be together and be happy. You feel me? So, because if you saw us when we were working, you saw how I treat that girl, and I treated her right. She was the only thing that mattered to me. It wasn't like I've had pretty girlfriends before, so don't be thinking I'm some crazy nigga. Don't think I'm a nerd because I wear glasses. Yeah, I have hobbies. I collect action figures, motherfucker. So if you see this, yes, I do. It's a hobby. What the fuck do you have? Do you have a hobby? Probably not. But with that said, you know, I like to collect things. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's my thing. So fuck you. You know who you are. But yeah. So with that said, but anyway, I'm dressing old shit. It don't matter, but you know what I'm talking about. Go through them goddamn text messages. I still got them all. I went through them, and I can't believe half the shit I said to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's no excuse. It was fucked up of me. You know, and I'm in my feeling, and I'm older than you too. On top of that, girl, like, I should definitely know better. You know what I'm saying? Especially trying to stoop to your level. Not even saying it's bad to your level, but I'm the man. You know, feel me? So don't get me wrong. I get it. And I was acting like a bitch. Straight up. So that's me. You feel me? But again, you know, and you know I put them down, girl. So shit. But anyway. But yeah. I just want you, you know, to understand, man. Like, and then again, you know, I ain't trying to put our business out there, but it was never about, you know, the situation that we're in, that we were having. It was never about that. And I know if I made you feel like that's all I cared about, I'm sorry, because it's not. And I keep apologizing and shit, and I know, but I don't, and there's no words. But I just want you to understand that that's not the case, and that wasn't why. I read them shits, and I saw it. I'm drunk texting you like man, a fucking buffoon. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that. It's like I'm seeing what I'm doing, but I'm not there. I'm drunk. It's like, you know, just doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was fucked up. I said some shit I can never take back, and that's one thing I learned in jail. You can't take back what you say. You feel me? You know, and you know, like I said, you know, it's not that wishful thinking, but you know, I got a lot of making up to do. Like you said, I need a lot of fucking scalpel one time. You know, you remember that one? But like, and things like that, and I get it, man. We kind of been, you know. Man, and I hate trying to make excuses because I feel like, you know, like I don't want you know, to feel like it was going to be a toxic relationship and all that extra shit, you know. And you never really mentioned it to me, but you know, I know it could have. That's how I was seeing it as, because I know, you know, we would have our ups and downs and, you know, little things like that, which, you know, and it wasn't because, you know, it was because of the situation that I was going through, and, you know, her being in the middle and everything and aggravating you too and shit like that, and you know what I mean. And so, you know, we were bumping heads, and I understand that, you know, and I wasn't making it better, trying to, plead with you and shit like that. I should just gave you space. I'm being mature, but I was just so trying to keep like the thing together. And as far as our future, I was just so desperate to try to keep it together, and knowing that you weren't gonna go anywhere. You needed space, talk, like and I knew we were gonna still be talking. You know what I'm saying? We were cool with each other. So, and that's what I want. Like I hate that we got to that point, and that's what really scared the shit out of me when I was, falling for you and shit like that, like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, I don't want this woman to leave me. I don't ever want to lose her, type shit. You feel me? And that's why I wasn't really trying to fall for you in the beginning, because I knew I was gonna like for you. Like I knew it. Like, because again, I'm at that point where I'm ready. You feel me? So I was shit. Now I don't want to be anybody. If it ain't you, shit, I just rather be by my goddamn self, to be honest with you. Shit, but shit, I'm not gonna let no other woman do the shit that you do to me, nigga. Like, the fuck? I didn't even say you did anything great. I'm just saying, bro, shit I try, I'm not gonna be doing nobody else. So let me come home. Like anyway. With that said, I just want you to understand, I wasn't, and if I made you feel like I didn't love you, I'm not apologizing, baby. That wasn't my intentions, like, at all. And I'm thinking about everything, and like I said, I read through them. I read all of them. And it was crazy because just on the 28th of October, we were fine. Like, we were good, and I don't know, the next day, everything just went, and it was me. When I showed up and brought you food, we know what really happened. And I felt like you was coaching that because they coached you in that because, again, of the circumstances and all that extra shit. But did you really have to do all that? Honestly, I mean, you have the keys to me. Like, you don't realize how much you have me under control. Like, and that's what I was trying to show you. But I hate when you mad at me, and you know that. So I'm over here trying to plead with you and shit when I should just let you just be in your feelings and let you process and marinate and just let you do you. And you ain't going nowhere. You gonna come around, you know what I mean? Shit, I don't think you do anything. You gonna be focused on your kids, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think you out here talking to other niggas and shit like that. So, I'm just, and that's on me. So, I just want you to know that, like I said, wishful thinking. But, yeah. I mean, just know when I was going to trial, I wasn't gonna, like, talk shit about you. I was gonna tell the truth about, how I loved you and what happened and everything. But unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe I didn't make it to trial. I ended up back in jail 5 days before I had court. Because somehow I had a warrant for a violation out of nowhere. So, I don't know. I don't think you would do that to me. Shit. But, as you know, or if you don't know, I'm gonna talk about it. I can. I don't give a fuck. Case is closed. It might get reopened because certain things. Actually, it won't. No, I'm tripping. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I'm tired. There's no certain things, but, one got dropped or dismissed and shit and all that shit. I don't need to get into details. I'm sure you fucking know, because I swore I saw you. I'm not. If I was, I didn't, then hey, but I, I swore you came by here, and that was your chance to, for us to, I don't know. But if it wasn't you, then I'm tripping. But like I said, what's the odds? Same car, black woman. It was one of them, like the red dress I swear I saw you in before. It was sundress or something. But so I mean, I don't know. So I don't know if it was you or not. And I went outside to my car. I'm kind of describing the situation. So if it was you, you know what I'm talking about. I went outside to my car, so I happened to turn, and I see you pulling out or leaving. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I go out to my car because I need to check my mailbox because I just got home, maybe. And so I wanted to see what mail I had. So that's what I was doing. I drove to the mailbox, and I see you. I mean, like I said, what was your chance? If that was you. If it wasn't, then hey, I'm crazy. You know, or it was just somebody else. Like I said, what's the odds? I'm not crazy. It was just somebody else, you know? But again, right in front of my apartment, your shit. So I just didn't see the other side, which you know, to know if it was actually you. But that was your chance. That really was. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I understand why you did what you had to do. I scared the shit out of you. I just want you to know. And you told me you'd do it. So I should have took heed, you know what I'm saying? So, but you know, I wanted to aggravate the shit out you because I'm in my feelings and I'm hurt and all this extra shit, and she just gave you space. But like I said, you know, I said fucked up shit. I remember everything. I don't remember, but I read everything. And yeah, I said some fucked up shit, girl. Like, and you know, I can't take certain things back. A lot of things I said afterwards, it was only the fact of what, you know, was said on, you know, as far as me showing up at your house, and then you know what it is, and I got pissed off. So I felt like I was left to no choice because I felt like at that point I was fighting for my life. But then I thought about it, and I thought about what we were, you know, having and things. It was gonna fuck all that up. You know what I'm saying? And then to do that, and then, you know, and to know, like, you know, and then to see it, you know what I'm saying? I can't believe I did that. But again, no excuse. You know, as a man, I should know better. You know what I'm saying? Especially being older than you. You know what I mean? But you know, that's why. Other than that, I would never, probably not. But I'm sure, hell no. I mean, I don't have a reason to. But that's the only thing I felt that I can use against you. You know what I mean? Not even use against you, just to piss you off because I'm hurt. You know, just to say something, just to get under your skin, and it probably scared the shit out of you because you probably thought I was for real, because the shit you did, so you thought I was coming after you. But no, I don't put, you know, other people and things and try to bring, you know, because I don't want people to, you know, be knowing the business or know your business. Fuck, my business is cool, but your business, they don't need to know. You know, I feel like, you know, they didn't need to be involved in that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but, you know, and they are, you know what I'm saying? I'm a kid, you know, I was. So I've been through certain situations as a child to see, you know, things that my parents went through. So that's the last thing I want, you know what I'm saying? So, see us arguing and things like that, which they didn't, but, you know, I just want you to know that's not something, you know, I ever want, you know, the children to see, or, you know, like, you know, we may have disagreements, but as far as arguing and all that extra stuff, I never wanted them to see that, and I was really embarrassed when I came and tried to bring you that stuff that day, and you cussed me out, and I never felt so low in my life, but you was looking so good that day. I should have just grabbed you and gave you a hug, and I felt like you probably would have just calmed down, but I was just like, I don't know, you kind of scared the shit out of me, to be real with you. So I didn't know what else to do but leave, you dig? So, you know, and then you called me, gave it to me again, and now I'm pissed off because I'm like, nigga, I'm just trying to, you know, do right. Like, you know, like, but, I mean, you know, you're setting boundaries and shit, and I should have took that, you know what I'm saying? And that's something I felt like we really should have established, too, with ourselves, you know, with our relationship. I feel like we should have really went in there and really tried to establish, like, really, no, just really talked about the boundaries and what we really expected from each other as far as this relationship went. And I feel like, we really didn't, have that conversation and things like that, what I'm saying, as far as that. But, but you were setting the boundary that day and things, and, I fucked that up. So, but, which didn't make sense. But I mean, if that's what was going on, I don't see why you couldn't just tell me that shit. Which thing, I don't, communication, bro. That's all I ask for. I'm simple, you know that shit. Like, I ain't fucking trying to have everything, what you're doing all the time. But shit, your man or whatever, and my girl. I mean, shit, I just a little bit of communication, man. Shit, especially if I was going to the military, hell, I won't be talking to you hardly. I call and check up on you, shit. I'm at work, So, but anyway, like, I want you to live in you, man. I want you to always be you all the time. I'm not trying to hold you down from being yourself. Like, I want to see you in your element. That's why I always wanted you to open up to me more, I want you to be yourself. I don't want you to feel like you have to be the woman that you think I want you to be. I want you to be you. That's all I wanted. The stuff you love to do, music, I just wanted to support you in everything, So I don't want you to think I was trying to hold you back or keep you from doing what you love and shit like that. And that's not the case. If anything, I'm here to support everything you fucking do. I want to just be proud to be your man. I apologize about that, but and you be proud of me. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to make you proud and just be your man and just show you I'm your everything. And I failed in some ways and things like that. So and that's on me. Like, I don't want you to think I'm mad or I was trying to put you in the ground or trying to, like, hurt you, because I couldn't live with myself. But, like I told you, man, I allowed that girl to come back over here and she started playing with my head and telling me you talking to all kinds of niggas at Alorica. And then, when I called you that day asking you about, what's his name, I ain't gonna throw it out there, but, she told me you was talking to that nigga, and I described him. She didn't know. I described the motherfucker. And, yeah. And I fell for it, and I ate that shit up, and I called you. I was hurt. I was like, how can you? And I thought maybe that's why you were tripping, and we started kind of getting a little distant and shit like that. So I was kind of in my head. I was wondering, like, what was going on? Like, why did we get to this point? But I pushed the issue, and you were pissed off, but you didn't leave me that day, and I should have just left you alone. And that you've been mad, and you probably would have called me the next day or the day after when you was done being pissed off or doing what you had to do and shit like that. But nah, I fucked that up. Okay, so I know how you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't think I don't. But I don't know. I was just like, I felt entitled. So a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause the fact that what we were, what was coming. So, nah, and that's not cool, because you're not my property, nothing like that. So, with that said, I just want you to understand, I get everything, and, I see where I was wrong and shit like that, and, and wrong in a lot of things, what I'm saying? It's not the first time we would do this shit, it's the worst, but, and I don't mean like we always fighting or people think we are if they see this. No, it was the situation with her, and we both know that. And I was letting that shit fuck with me more, and then you got your own shit going on, and and I'm adding fuel to the fire and shit, and and I get it, but this is proof right here. You know what I'm saying? I love you, and I hope deep down somewhere you still love a nigga. So, like, I don't know, like, I just feel like, again, wishful thinking, like, I don't want to start from, like, where it, happened, like, just over, like, slow as fuck. Shit. Like, like we did it before in the beginning where it was good, like just hanging out, enjoying each other's company and shit like that, and just, being cool, and that's what I always wanted for us. I didn't want us to ever feel like, it was a relationship. I wanted us to feel like it was just flowing, you know what I mean? Like how people get in relationships and then it kind of gets old. I didn't want it to feel like that. I wanted to keep you on your fucking toes, you know what I'm saying? And just let it flow and shit, and I let all this shit just got in the middle of it, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know, man, it's the fucking devil. You know what I mean? So I was happy, you was getting, you was happy. I was seeing, trying to, at least I hope you were. I mean, doing the things for you, little things, and trying to, show you and things. And again, I didn't mean to throw certain things in your face, and because I was doing things, and and like I said, I just felt a little unappreciated, and I didn't want you, and I hate that I made you feel that way if that's the case. Again, not my intention. And I won't be doing that, throwing shit in your face. It's just, things like that. It's not cool. So trying to look at the camera, I'm just tired. I've been up editing. See, I can't even talk right now. It's like 8 o'clock, and I probably have to go to work in like the next 2 or 3 hours. I'm sleep deprived like a motherfucker. Since I've been home, I've been, working and shit, but sleeping, because I still do delivery and shit and doing that, which I don't know if you ever believe I was doing that, but that's what I'm doing. I just don't be driving by your shit for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see what the fuck you doing. I haven't been, but when I tell you that's what I was doing. Like, I don't have no reason to lie to you. Like I told you what was going on when we met. You understood, and we weren't with this girl and nothing like that. But anyway, I'm not getting back into all that shit. Cause now I'm tired and I'm ranting, so I'm gonna cut this short. But just want you to know, and I hope you see this. I really do. Like I said, my love for you is unconditional. And like I said, I don't give a fuck what you're doing. We ain't together, but I just, right now, shit, I'm just happy you even would talk to me at this fucking point. You feel me? So last thing I'm gonna do is fucking questioning you and ask you what the fuck you doing. Like, for real. So, but, again, wherever you at, man, I'll drive out there. Like, you're worth it. Shit, man, I know not only shit I gotta deal with, not just you and with, shit like that, if it ever came to the point, and wishful thinking, you ever come back into my life somehow, I know not only I have to deal with you, I gotta deal with your whole family, you know what I'm saying, and things like that, and I don't ever want to feel that way and be embarrassed and have your dad all in my face and shit, and your mom's calling the police on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting arrested and shit. Hey, I took that shit like a G. You gotta admit that shit. Like, nigga, I wasn't scared to go to jail. Don't think that, nigga. I sat in that bitch for 3 months on purpose, okay? Not because I couldn't get out. Because I had the bond money. Well, my people could have got me out, but I wanted to see, what was going on and shit. And they kept resetting my shit. So I finally called my dad. My dad bonded me out and shit. So, just to let you know, I wanted to give you a peace of mind, even though I was pissed off, because I could have got bonded out, but I wanted to give you a peace of mind. I really did. So, and that's how she ended up back over here, basically. So if you want to know, I knew she was driving my shit. I didn't say she could. Somehow my car ended up back over here. My homeboy bought my shit over here, left the keys. Next you know, I'm finding out this driving my shit. You dig? I can't get mad because, again, I put myself in this situation. Then, called and shit. Offered the affidavit. So I kind of had no fucking choice. I allowed it. I knew I was going in. So, and she said she would handle things while I was gone, whatever. That was the agreement and shit. And when I came home and everything or whatever, how long it was going to take. Because I knew I was going to fucking sit in that bitch. You know, I was acting like I was running. I was being stupid, but I knew I was going to go turn myself in eventually. But, you know, I wanted to kind of enjoy a few more nights. But, it kind of happened. So, with that said, she driving my shit, and I know you probably seen her, and it probably pissed you off. It probably was a kick in your face, and it probably hurt you, and you probably act like it didn't, and I know it did. But trust me, because I know how she is. She probably made sure you saw it. Who knows? Because she liked that. You dig? That's probably why, you know, you didn't do what you said you would do when we had that agreement, we spoke, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. She fucked up, and yeah. So I played myself out, but that's what happened. And when I got home, you know what I'm saying, she acted like she was, you know, really holding it down and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was gone and shit, and no. Same shit while we were falling out. Not because of you, because of her being irresponsible and not paying the rent and not doing what she said. I found out I wasn't even behind in rent. I come back, I'm damn near 2 months behind, nigga. She was sitting here not doing a goddamn thing. She driving my shit. You feel me? You know, I don't know if she really going to work. I come home, I got more miles on my car than when I bought the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Come in, putting my family in bind and shit, dropping my car off at the fucking dealership, thinking they gonna pay to fix it. Like, just, like, you know, being just too comfortable. She throw away the picture you bought for me. I was so goddamn pissed, bro. I was mad because I really liked that shit you bought for me. She erased all your pictures. I got them back because I wasn't gonna delete them. I love you. And sometimes I just want to see your goddamn face, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was actually gonna delete them when I was pissed off. So I'm deleting all them now. But like I said, you know, if you see the other videos, you know, all that. I came home, all that shit just hit me at once, and I realized I'm still in love with you. I wanted to hate you. I wasn't trying to think about you in jail. You know, I'm sitting here like, fuck you. It's not, I mean, you know, calling other niggas crazy because they trying to go be with they old ladies and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, women ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, just being a mad nigga, you know, in jail. Like, and I was like, and then I'm like, this is why black men date white girls and shit. Just be, like, this is why, you know, brothers and sisters, we can't come together. I'm being like really just in that motherfucker mad, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is why, you know what I'm saying? We can't even hold it down together, you know what I'm saying? Like, she pulling that white girl on me, you know, I'm mad, you feel me? Like, but again, I get it, you know, you're scared, you feel me? So, not scared to where you're scared of me, you felt like you had to take me down, you feel me? So, I understand, you know, at least, I don't know, or maybe I felt like you was exaggerating though, because like I said, you had the keys to me, you got me under control more than you realize, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was, you know, like I said, bitch was planting seeds in my head, and I felt for that shit, I ate it up, man. End up back in fucking Bexar County, nigga. So yeah, you did. So yeah, but come home and shit and realize she ain't doing shit. So yeah, and then I didn't feel comfortable with her here. I think I mentioned that. I don't want to keep going in these videos, but I feel like I need to make one. Because in the last video, I feel like I'm everywhere, and you know, I feel like I just want to talk to you, and I can't, you know, like I said, I'm putting this shit on every social media. I don't have no like, and I hope you fucking see this. So, you know, it'll be on my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna be posting everywhere. Hopefully people will push this shit for me. But with that said, I'm tired a little bit. Give me a second. Come home, you know, and like I said, things not, you know, she didn't do anything she said she was gonna do. That's the only reason why I allowed her to stay here. I was pissed off in jail. She erased all your pictures. She throws shit away, moves shit around, you know. Bought some Blue Chews. Cause I was drinking a lot. So that's why a nigga was, when you, and that's why I called you and I said what I said. And that's why you said what you said. But I was drinking. So that's why a nigga can, perform sometimes because I was fucking buzzing and you didn't know. I kept it a secret a little bit. But when you came over, I was fucking buzzing half the time and, shit. So, and that was the stress. And I'm panicking and shit. Anyway, get some long story short. Still my goddamn Blue Chews, but. You know what I'm saying? So, I was getting a little insecure. I was. I've mentioned it to you because of the situation. I felt like I couldn't do anything for you. I'm, it's all in my head and emotions and, we're having this stuff and, we're expecting something. So I'm like, and you told me you didn't care what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciated that. And that's something I should have just remembered when I started doing all that crazy shit and tripping. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I knew you were down for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever think you weren't, I don't think you were playing games with me and things like that. Because I think about all the good times and when we were spending time together and how we were always together. And, a lot of times that you didn't come by is because I pissed you off, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't because, and you were coming, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like you weren't coming over, I just, I was kind of, I don't know. I feel like you could have communicated a little bit better, and you could have. I mean, let's just be real with that part, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's whatever at this point, you know what I'm saying? Now I just, shit, if you come around when, I'm take it slow. I'm gonna treat you like, like I was trying to treat you like my wife in a way, and I should just treat you like my girlfriend, and just kind of stay to my place a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I was a little wrong with that one. But I saw everything. You were slowly but surely bringing me around your family, and I was a little upset when you introduced me as your friend, but I understood. I wasn't tripping. We were filling shit out. So, you know what I'm saying? I understood that part. So I didn't really say anything. But at the same time, I saw what you were doing. So I think I didn't see that, and I was really looking forward to meeting your children. I was, I was excited about that. And don't think I was trying to be pushy and try to get you to introduce you to him so quick. I was just when you were ready, you know what I'm saying? And I just want you to know that, it's just at the time I was just fucking poor when I kept asking you if you, needed me to help you with them with school because I needed something to do, girl. Like I was, I wasn't working and I'm sitting in the house all the time and things. I'm going to the gym to try to stay busy and shit. But who could be at the gym all day? My job situation, wasn't working out as well as it was. So I just kind of just needed something to kind of keep me busy. So I just thought maybe if I can just help you with whatever you got going on, and keep my mind off the stress I had going on. And you used to doing stuff on your own a lot. So so I hope you don't think I was being pushy and trying to just force my way in your life or anything like that. But that's just what it was. So, yeah, um, but, I don't know, man, like, but, I'm trying to think, I just don't want to overwhelm you with a bunch of nonsense and rambling and shit, and, cause I don't know if you're gonna see this, I really don't, but, it's not like I can send it to you, so, but, check out my YouTube channel, Confessions. You'll see me there, grow, shit. Maybe you can be on it, because hopefully the world will see and wonder who you are. Maybe I can introduce you to the world if I get any subscribers and this shit goes somewhere. And I'm sure you remember the times and, how I treat you and, it wasn't always bad and things. And, and I just, I wish, that, it didn't get to that point and where, once this was over with, we could have just went back to what we was doing, just trying to start our life together, things like that. And I kind of wish you would have let me in a little bit more and understand, things like that. And I don't know. I just wanted to be with you. That's it. But yeah. So I love you, and I'm not mad, and I forgive you for what happened, and it is what it is.